Okay, this is 2008 Versys, and I kind of want to show what I discovered. I think is the easiest way to get this battery out. If you just need to swap out your battery, you'll notice that this frame member right here you need a little space up under here. You need a little room to work with. The battery won't just slide out unless you move the tank out of the way. And since the tank has these pieces on the side, and then of course your fairings, you can't move the tank very much. But what I found out was I could pry that up, and I did have to pull these screws out so I get a little bit more slack right there. And then I just took I had a little little metal bar that a little punch I think it was, that I just slid up under here to lift this up. And with that up, you could just barely get to this terminal and get it loose, and then to get the battery out. But then the question becomes, how do you reach down there and get the battery out? Because you can't exactly get your hands in there. So here's my new battery, Motobatt Quad Flex. You know, it was touted as the best thing since Swiss cheese, but I don't know, this little connection here, we'll look at that in a minute. I'm not so sure I like that so much over what the original looked like. Now this is from '08, it's a pretty old battery, but it lasts a long time. As you can see what it is, I just took some little wire ties and put them around the terminal when it was in the bike, and then one on the rear, and then I was able to grab those and lift the battery up, and I plan on putting the new battery back down in there. As you can see, doing it the same way, except I can just slip those under and just hold on to it like that and drop it in by hand, so it'll be a little bit easier to get in. Now what you do is these little terminals, they come loose, and this, you notice this has two positive and two negative terminals, so they just make it as a multi-fit battery. So I assume that's why I call it the Quad Flex. Looks like I'm gonna it's probably 100% humidity out here. It's one of my getting a little bit of moisture on my lens, I think. At any rate, you can see basically you just got to screw those things on there, and they're not even, you can't even get to them directly, so you have to have a little you know, like a little ball driver, so you can get at a slight angle to get those down in there. And then they'll just give you some screws. The good thing is you can put those on the side, or you can screw those in the top, so it gives you a lot of flexibility, side or top, to get them in there, which is good. The one that fits mine, it says 0809 Versys MBTX12U. So on the newer ones, I don't know, maybe it takes a different battery. So I'll just hook those little pieces in there, drop it down in there, and then I didn't have to take anything. I didn't have to loosen anything. All I really did was pull these bolts out right here. And by the way, this piece, your wiring harness hooks to this underneath, so you can't move it very far. Luckily, I only need to basically slide it forward slightly, up slightly, and then forward slightly, which I did by pulling these screws out, and that gave me just enough room to lift the battery in and out without having to do anything else. So just kind of wanted to show that, because when you look at it, you think, oh man, I need to, you know, get this off, and to do that I need to lift the tank, and then you got to take other stuff apart. Well, no, you can barely do it. But like I said, I would maybe add some more drain holes in the bottom there, because it did collect quite a bit of junk down there. And I've already cleaned it out. That is clean, even though it's still got a little muddy look to it. It had a lot of crap in it. Anyway, bike's running good. I just checked the valve adjustment, no problem after 25,000 miles. So really haven't done hardly anything. Haven't even put brakes on it yet. It's amazing. But you know, the bike, obviously you can ride the brakes a lot more if you need to, but it slows down so fast. You just judge ahead. You don't have to use the brakes very much. And they're getting close. I've already bought new brakes. I just haven't put them on yet, but I'm expecting. I've gone through a couple of sets of tires. I'm using the Pirelli Scorpion. They call it a Sync, S-Y-N-C, and I like that. It's what they call a 95.5, 95 on road, 5% off the road. They have a 90-10 version, and then they have basically a street version. I had the other ones on that were basically 100% street, which are okay if your thing is really fast cornering. Live in a mountainous area, maybe you'd really like that, but I have to, as you can see, I have to drive down through some dirt to get here, and they don't handle very good on that. So that's my video for today. Thank you.